For your near perfect minute, I'm Dr. Jean-Marc. Tis the season again for snow to be falling, and we're going to all be out in the cold, shoveling it, playing in it, and doing all of those holiday activities we love and enjoy or dread. So here's a few pieces of advice. This is a time when a lot of people get injured, whether it's the 246,000 people get hurt in snow sports every year. But there's also all the car accidents. There's also all the slip and falls, all the lifting injuries. People get hurt putting trees up, carrying, wrapping presents, building the assembly required toys that Santa brings. So we need to be mindful when we do all of that. So here's a few pieces of advice to really get you going. So first of all, we're going to be walking on ice. At times we won't even know it's there, ice and snow. So watch your steps. Wear the right kind of shoes. Wear something that's grippy and that's going to have a good tread to it. Watch for icy patches. Also, it's important to wear warm clothing so that you don't tighten up and create muscle spasm. Injuries come from that. That's really something that's to be avoided. When you're walking, use a nice normal gait. Don't shuffle. When you're shuffling, you're in an imbalanced position and you're more likely to actually fall. So be careful with that. Don't walk too fast. Contract your core muscles. By contracting your core muscle, you're in a much more balanced position and you're protecting your spine in case you have to balance yourself on ice. Another thing that we want to think about is don't grate your teeth when you're cold and tighten up like this. A lot of problems occur for that. We see a lot of tension increase from that. So just wear warm enough clothing. Relax your upper back, relax your neck, relax your jaw so that you don't get those problems. Now, it's time to talk about the elves' jobs. When you're wrapping presents, I got reminded of that on Sunday morning. I had some health duties and wrapping presents, and I wasn't allowed in a room where I could stand and do it standing up on a table or on a counter. So I was relegated to a spot of carpet where I was on the floor wrapping on a mistake. Fortunately, not a big mistake, but it was really, really a good reminder that you should not do it on the floor. Do it somewhere where you can have, where ergonomically sensible position. When placing gifts on the tree, some of that stuff is heavy. Be careful how you do it, right? As you move around the tree and try not to topple the tree or break ornaments. Take frequent posture breaks. So, we have those long meals we prepare for the holidays. And, just make sure you have good posture while you're cooking. And if you're going to be spending 2, 3, 4, 5 hours in the kitchen, take some breaks. Don't just do it all at once. And then, shoveling. It's coming. We had some this morning. We're going to get more. So let's be really good about that. Shoveling is an athletic activity. It's cold out. Oftentimes we have to shovel first thing in the morning. We're cold. So one of the best things you can do is probably stretch a little bit before you go out and do it. That's very important. Warm your muscles up. Make sure you bend your knees when you're shoveling. Use your knees. Tighten your core. Keep your feet apart so you have a nice low strong stance. Scoop and lift upwards with your legs, not your back. So this instead of this. All right? Don't shovel more than you can handle. I like to think of it as a pizza box, right? Whatever fits on the shovel should be the thickness of a pizza box. If it's more than that, it's likely that it's going to get too heavy and should be avoiding it. Point your feet in the direction you want to throw the snow in, not like this. That twisting while under load is really bad for you, so it can tear fibers in the disc and lead to very severe injuries. That's one thing we really want to avoid. Push the snow forward as possible. Pushing is better than shoveling. And take frequent breaks. Most important of all, come and get adjusted. Get your power turned on. I look forward to seeing you. I'm Dr. Jean-Marc for your Near Perfect Minute.